There is a girl sitting across from me. I want to give her an orgasm, orgasm, orgasm. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Crystal and this is This Provincial Life. So today I'm going to be talking about my move to Seattle. So my husband got a job for the summer for Amazon, and so we were supposed to move from Utah to Seattle. And so this is just going to be my Seattle vlog, and this is going to be my first one. So we're going to be talking specifically just about the move and the memories that happened through that. So we found out we were supposed to be leaving, and he was supposed to be starting his job on May 10th. So we decided to pack up and leave the weekend before he was starting. So he was going to be starting on a Monday, so we left like Wednesday or Thursday of the previous week, and we drove from our town in Utah to Boise, Idaho, and we left about 7 p.m. and so we arrived in Boise by like 2 a.m. but it wasn't an uneventful time. Just saying, from the very get-go, it was pretty eventful. So my husband and I decided to pack up our cars. So we both drove, and then Spencer had our cats. We have two cats, Luna and Strider, and he had them in the same cat carrier because that's what we usually do when we like take them to the vet, or if they're in the car for some reason, they're usually together. And they only lasted like that for about 30 minutes, and we had to pull over and put them in their own cat carriers. Luna is very quiet usually, but she was meowing a lot. She's kind of an anxious little kitty, and she has a harder time with change, and she was just pretty unhappy. And Strider would do some meows and stuff every once in a while, but for the most part it was our sweet little Luna just having a tizzy fit. So we got back on the road after that, and I ended up pulled over. So if you want to know something about me, I am an extremely anxious driver. I do not like driving. I would prefer someone else to drive me, and I especially don't like to follow someone else. And even though my husband had said, Crystal, don't worry about staying behind me, we're going to be on this freeway forever, so don't worry about it. Like, I'll call you if I can't see you and you can catch up. But I did not want to do that. It was dark. I wanted to stick with him. I didn't want to get lost. And so I decided to speed up and go with my husband as he passed another vehicle, and we passed a cop. So of course he pulled me over, and so I'd only had one ticket at this point in my life, and I was panicked because my husband had sped off and I didn't know where he was. I didn't know where our insurance card was because we were like moving, and the cop was very kind and he was very understanding because he could tell that I was stressed out and our car was full of stuff, and he could understand that yes, we were moving, and I was trying to keep up with my speed demon of a husband. We got to Boise about 2 a.m. We were exhausted, and we went and stayed at the Hyatt. But our cats, just a little backstory, our cats, we don't let them roam free at night. We lock them downstairs in a bedroom, and we've done this since they were kittens, and it's one of their favorite things. And so obviously we didn't have a place for them to be because we couldn't lock them in the bathroom. That wasn't a very big place, and it would just freak them out. And so we just let them kind of go wild in the bedroom. And let me say, we did not sleep very well. Strider was crawling over our faces. Luna had found a spot underneath the bed that was like a little thin, narrow hole, and she had like wiggled herself back into this corner, and we couldn't get her out. It was a very intense night, I guess. And so we got back on the road, and finally we got to Snoqualmie Pass, and that was absolutely gorgeous. But if you know me, I'm an anxious driver, and so I couldn't keep up with him, so I don't remember that being very fun and beautiful as I was experiencing it. But looking at the footage of us going through Snoqualmie Pass on a different occasion when it was just him and I in the car, it was very pretty and very beautiful, and I did end up taking footage of that just so I could have that memory, because it is very, very pretty. And then we finally got to our Airbnb, which was about 45 minutes from downtown Salt Lake. It was just a basement apartment of this older couple, and it was a nice area. It was a nice little alcove. It had like a really nice backyard with a garden and all these cool things. So it was very pretty, and it was a very good midpoint between us going from living in Utah in like a small little suburb to the suburbs of Seattle instead of moving straight downtown. But the cats basically stayed in the bedroom the entire time. And they came out every once in a while to explore, but by the end of the week they felt a little bit more comfortable where they were hanging out in the main areas of the house a little bit easier, and so they were okay. And then I struggled to find an apartment. It was very hard to find an apartment that would do like a month-to-month lease, or that was like in a good neighborhood that wasn't going to be sketchy and scary to live in, but then also allow our cats. So at the time, we didn't pack any furniture. We were hoping we would find a furnished house and we would be okay, and we wouldn't need to worry about like a bed or couch or anything like that. And that was our plan. But those plans soon changed as I was calling places. I bet I called 100 places trying to find apartments, and it was very hard, and nobody did just like a summer lease. And finally we found a place that was like directly downtown, and it's like right by Pike Place Market, right by the gum wall, and it just kind of worked out, and we found an apartment there, and that was perfect. So, but it was unfurnished, and it was interesting the first couple of days. So I think we moved in on moved in on that Friday or Saturday, and we had to like sleep on the ground, and it wasn't just like, oh, soft carpet. It's like all hardwood floor, and it's hard, and it like we didn't sleep well, woke up with like kinks in our necks and our backs. Like we didn't have a couch, we didn't have bar stools, we didn't have a desk. Eventually we ended up getting some furniture. We just went to the Goodwill and got the cheapest furniture we could find that was in decent condition, and we were able to furnish our apartment. So just for a funny memory that I didn't think I wanted to share, just because it is a little bit inappropriate, but it is a memory, and I would like to remember this and have this fresh in my memory. It was the day we were gonna go look at the apartment, and we needed to like sign papers and things like that, and I went downtown with my husband so I could hang out at like a local library while he went and worked, and then we were going to go and sign papers and look at the apartment that evening. And so it was about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I walked to the public library, and it is quite beautiful, if I do say so myself. Like it's a very pretty library, and I went there to just kind of do some work and just kind of hang out for the day. And I got there, and it was about 9:30, and it didn't open until 10, so I had to sit and wait. And there's a lot of homeless people, or the people that appeared homeless, around downtown Seattle. It's just a thing. And so there was this man who appeared homeless. He had like a hat, and he had like a guitar, and he was singing and stuff. And at one point he did come over and ask me what the time was, and I told him, and then he went back and sat down, and he pulled out his guitar and started to play a song. And at first I didn't think anything of it. Like I was just like, oh, what a strange man, like just sitting right across from me singing this song. And at first it was okay, and he was just like messing around. And then he started to sing about me, or at least I assume it was me, because these are the words he started to sing. So he started to sing, "There is a girl sitting across from me. I want to give her an orgasm, orgasm, orgasm. And I was freaked out because I was like, how do I respond to this? What do I say to this man? Or do I say anything? Do I leave? Do I stay? And so, being the shy, introverted person that I was, I didn't want to draw any attention to the situation, but there were definitely other people that were listening and could hear what he was saying and looking at me like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? What is he doing? And so luckily I had earbuds, so I just like took the earbuds, put them in my ears, and just that was it. That's where I'm going to end today's vlog because it is quite long, and I just wanted to kind of get like us to this point and how we got here. So hopefully you found this interesting. This one is more just for my memories, especially when we get older and we can remember about the summer we spent in Seattle. If this interests you, stay tuned and you can watch our next vlog on our Seattle trip. Bye!